I'm going to teach you 5 tips on how to predict the way English vowel sounds should be pronounced in words. Hi, I'm Karen Fowler with Pronounced Success. I'm an English pronunciation specialist and I teach non-native English speakers how to improve their pronunciation and their accent so they can walk into any situation and know they'll be understood the first time they speak. If you're new to this channel and you want to learn how to improve your pronunciation or maybe pick up some American accent tips, go ahead and click the red subscribe button so that you don't miss out. And in the comment section below, if you're struggling with your English pronunciation and you want to know how you can make improvements, leave your questions below so that we can get those answered for you. Have you ever had a conversation in English with a colleague or a friend, and then halfway through, you've learned that you've been mispronouncing the same word over and over again, and suddenly your concentration is gone, the conversation fizzles out, and you went from being able to focus and feel confident to suddenly questioning everything that you say in English? Well, the problem might not necessarily be with you, and the problem might be more with English spelling itself. English spelling is not phonetic. There's several different ways to say your words or several different ways to spell them, and to make it worse, English has over 20 vowel sounds and several different ways to spell those vowel sounds. For instance, if you take the long vowel E, that can be spelled with 2 E's as in the word teeth, with an EA as in the word tea, or as an EY as in the word key. How can you possibly keep this all straight? Luckily, there are some rules that teach us how to pronounce words with different vowel combinations. But this is English, and there's always an exception to every rule, so it's better to think of them as guidelines. So there are guidelines that will steer you in the right direction more than half the time when you're trying to decide how do you pronounce these words with these different vowel combinations. In order to get the most from these tips, first you have to understand the difference between the alphabet vowel sound and a relative vowel sound. So an alphabet vowel sound is when the vowel letter is spoken the same way you would say its name in the alphabet. For example, the word 8 is spelled A-T-E. You hear the A sound. The word B is spelled B-E, and you hear the E vowel sound. Bite is spelled B-I-T-E. The I is spoken as I in the word, bite. That's the alphabet vowel sound, also known as a long vowel sound. So a relative vowel sound is all the other clear vowel sounds, also known as a short vowel sound. So you will hear these relative vowel sounds in words like cat, C-A-T, but the A is spoken more as a, bet, B-E-T, but the E is heard more as or hit, where it's H-I-T, but the I sound is heard more as it. Now that we've established that, let's move on to tip number 1. If there is only one vowel letter in a single syllable word, then you're going to say that vowel sound as a relative vowel sound. For instance, you have bag, beg, big, bog, and bug. There's only one vowel sound in those single syllable words, so we say them with their relative vowel sound. Tip number 2. If there is only one vowel letter in the stressed syllable of a multisyllable word, meaning there's more than one syllable, and that stressed syllable has only one vowel letter, then you are going to pronounce that with its relative vowel sound. And that's how you get words like planner and dinner and better and posture and number. Tip number 3. If you have a single syllable word and it has 2 vowel letters in that word, then you are going to hear that first vowel as its alphabet vowel sound. That means that when you have 2 vowels together, you're going to say the alphabet name of the first vowel in that letter. And that means if you have a word like cheat, C-H-E-A-T, you hear the alphabet vowel sound in there of the E, cheat. Or if you have the word like toast, T-O-A-S-T, you hear the long O sound. Fried, F-R-I-E-D, you hear the long I sound. Stain, A-I, you hear the A first. And use, even though the word use is separated, the U-S-E, the vowels are separated, that silent E on the end still has you say the alphabet vowel sound of the U in front of it. Tip number 4. If you have a multisyllable word and there are 2 vowel letters in the stressed syllable of that word, then you are going to pronounce that vowel sound as its alphabet vowel sound. Similar to tip number 3, this just applies to the stressed syllable and a multisyllable word. For instance, if you have a word like although, the stressed syllable is though, and you have the O-U in there, you hear the O first. You might have a word appeal. Appeal, and the stressed syllable is peel. You have E-A, you hear the E alphabet sound. Refuse, again, with the U, you have the U-S-E, but you hear the U sound. Complain, with C-O-M-P-L-A-I-N, complain. Plain is the stressed syllable, so you hear the A first. And then decide. Decide, side is the stressed syllable. I has the alphabet vowel sound in that word. Now, at this point, some of you might be asking, well, how do I pronounce the vowels if they're in the unstressed syllables? And that is where we have yet another vowel change in English. Usually, if it's an unstressed syllable, meaning no stress, then we are going to change pretty much any vowel sound to a short schwa, which sounds like or a short I, an I sound. So if we go back and revisit those words we just looked at, you can hear the schwa and the I in the unstressed syllable. So if we look at a word like refuse, then we know fuse is the stressed syllable, but there's a schwa in the front. So we get refuse, refuse. Same thing with decide. Side gets all the energy. The first syllable is not stressed and it just comes out as a D and a schwa. Decide. So those are guidelines on how to pronounce English vowel sounds. So more often than not, this is going to steer you in the right direction, but it's English, so there's no 100% guarantee. But as you're doing work and you're reading your emails or looking at things on the web, you might want to notice this rules or these guidelines for yourself. If you have any questions about any of this, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Also, if you follow the link to the blog post I wrote on this, I have a full printable guide on these tips, and I also have included some practice words and some practice recordings so that you can play around with this and get more comfortable with it for yourself. So until next time, thanks for watching.